Fuck's sake. Oh. Fuck's sake. Fucking amateurs. God damn it. Hello. Yo. Right. I'm just going to go live then. Probably. I've done it. They're in the shoot the shit thing. Okay. Yay! Hello and welcome to Shooting the Shit episode 167. And everyone's here on time this time, yay! I did make it and it's working. I think everything's working. Hello? Yeah, so you're there, I'm here. It's broadcasting and so it should be on YouTube, probably. So everything's working, and that's pretty good because I only stopped playing Far Cry 5 about 20 minutes ago, and I hadn't even set up the stream thing yet. I went, oh, I forgot to like set. You know how I usually set it up, like 5 hours before or whatever. Didn't do that. I forgot, so I had to rapidly get everything set up, and I was like, what the fuck. Yeah, so I managed to do it, and it's all working, yay. So just for once, holy shit. Right, so there's that. Oh no, why am I... No. Why did that do that? That shouldn't have been Oh, that was going to Twitch and everything. Fucking hell. No, it shouldn't be. I think. Are you still there? You're just quiet. Yeah, I think that was going to face YouTube twice. Hopefully it wasn't. Well, it was also going out to Twitch and other places as well. For some reason, because I turned all that off. Anyway, fuck, don't know. So I don't know what's been going on. Stuff's been going on. Right, so Far Cry 5 is pretty good. It's sort of like Just Cause 3, but first person shooter instead of third person. Except it's Far Cry. It's like you can do lots of silly shit basically. So it's quite fun, and the cult is quite weird, but it's good at building the characters, so that's quite good, I suppose. Yeah, so it's been getting in shit though because it wasn't what they wanted. It wasn't against Trump or whatever. Like that's what the reviewers are giving it, like 6 out of 10 because it doesn't have any political stuff in it. It's like what? Yeah, it's like, oh, the rednecks are not like idiot gun wielding weirdos in this game, and that's not why you're shooting them. It's like, what the it's like, what the fuck? It's really weird just watching them fondle over the shit that they're coming out with, because you remember they were saying that it's going to be against the alt-right and all that shit, and that's what Far Cry 5 was going to be all about. Yeah, it got fuck all to do with any of that, like at all. Yeah, but they're weird. Yeah, but these fuckers are ideologue weirdos, it seems. But it's a weird cult thing. He's basically the guy. Right. It's probably, but I don't know if it's the south. I don't know where Montana is, so I don't know. Maybe you do. Is that the south? Because the characters don't sound like they're southern. Like that American southern accent, it doesn't sound like that to me. Right, so they're north. That makes sense. Right. It makes sense. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It sounds like probably that area. It looks like that area, like from the pictures I saw of that area and like just playing through the game. It's all like hilly and trees and stuff, and like little towns. No, but I'm saying by playing the game, what you've just said where it is on your map. that makes more sense the way the game looks. I knew it wasn't like Southern, because it doesn't look like that geography either, because it's all hilly and stuff in the game. So it's yeah. Anyway, it's quite good. I've been having quite a bit of fun with it. Yeah, I just run around, shoot shit. That's so what I like doing. You buy weapons and you go run around and shoot stuff, and it's took out the shitty Far Cry stuff that Far Cry 3 and 2 had, where you have to climb towers all the time. I got sick of that shit. That's why I didn't buy Far Cry 4. But they even have a joke in this game. One of the first things you have to do is climb the radio tower to fix it, right? And when you're climbing it, the guy that's giving you the mission goes, "Oh no, don't worry, I'm not going to have you climbing radio towers all over the area." So they took the piss out themselves, because that's what their old games used to do. Yeah, and the whole game's full of stuff like that. It's like they're sort of, it's more fun than the older Far Cry. It's not as serious. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's quite fun. Aye, and the mods, I've got to jump in and play some of them, because that sounds mad. So you've got Assassin's Creed assets and stuff that you can use in the maps and stuff. Yeah, but I've just been playing through the normal game. It's quite decent. You've got planes with guns, you've got helicopters with guns and rockets, and cars with guns mounted on them, and like loads of shit, like mad sort of stuff that you wouldn't get in the more serious Far Cry games. So aye, it's a bit refreshing for a Far Cry game anyway, and it's really good fun, and the story's like a Far Cry game as well. It's quite well done. Aye. And right now, this picture here, that's who I'm fighting right now, because the guy, right, the cult is the guy is called the Father, the guy that runs it all. Basically, he has a daughter and 2 sons, and they have certain bits of the map as their territory, right? So each of them have got their own little bit of territory on the map. And I've already taken out one, and they have moved on to her now. But you can do it either any way you want, like you can attack any of them all at the same time, or you can do one map part and then the next one and then the next one. So it is split into sections, but it doesn't force you to do each section at one time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could fuck off and go to the other section of the map. It's not stopping me doing that, but I'm sort of the person that's like, nah, that's too much hassle, I'll just run about and do the bit that I'm near. So that's what I've been doing. The closest mission that I'm near, that's the one I do, so I've been doing it that way. But maybe the different playthrough, you could do it any way you want, because it definitely lets you. So there's that. But I'm against her at the moment, and it's weird because she's a weird druggy dealer thing, and she's got like these flowers that basically, well, as you see in this picture, right, it's all fuzzy and stuff. That's kind of what it does to you if you go near these flowers. And then sometimes you get like knocked out or whatever, and then she like speaks to you like that. It's weird. But I think it's because she's captured you and like fed you the drugs or some shit. And then you when you get out of it, you appear in the little makeshift hospital that they've made up for the resistance. It's weird. It's the game, as you're going through the missions, sometimes the game either knocks you out. In this case, it's you're getting knocked out because of the drugs. And the other one before that, the guy would send out his goons, and they were really big, powerful goons, so you can't really shoot them. So they knock you out, and then the next thing you know, you're taken into his bit, and he's talking to you and doing shit to you, and then you escape, or some of the resistance guys come and get you, or whatever. Yeah, it's weird. The game interrupts you playing at any random point, and then you get taken to like the head of that part of the map, and they talk shit to you, and then like the resistance, or you escape. It's weird how it works, because you don't. The first time it happened, I was like, oh, what the fuck, I've just died, and then it was like, oh no, I've not. Right, that's fine then, because I was trying to take out that guy, this big fucking guy that he had sent, and yet it's impossible. Like you can't take him out, and you're meant to get knocked out basically. But I didn't know that, so yeah, it's quite cool. It's weird though. It's good the way they've done it. Anyway, so Ubisoft is triggering all sorts of snowflakes across the liberal media. They can't seem to handle the fact that there are people in the game that aren't characters like the communist propaganda like Bethesda and Machine Games produced, that is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. That's not to mention that a few of the SJW journalists found themselves having conceptions over the fact that the main antagonist, Joseph Seed, was a three-dimensional character who was a heck of a lot more sympathetic than the cardboard cutout player character. But all of the soy dripping sauce from the cheeks of the flustered chockholds and beta men is beside the point, because people who want to cheat their way through Far Cry 5 will find that there are some cheats available in the game. So there's for the game, so it's like a download, it's a trainer, so yeah, it's a trainer, so that won't work, where it's not real cheats, it's a program that hacks the game basically. So basically you get God mode, you get infinite ammo, you get infinite money, one hit kills, which will work well for the boss fights. I'm also curious if these cheats will work on Jacob and John. Work when Jacob and John send their henchmen after you. During the game you'll be marked, and their men will come after you. You'll have an opportunity to fight back, but you usually always get captured. See, that's what I was talking about. Right, that's meant to happen. It would be interesting to see if the cheats change that outcome. Yeah, it would be. Like, because if you had unlimited health, then they're not going to be able to knock you out. So it would be weird to see how that fucks with the game. It might just go, ah, fuck it, you've had enough. And then just black screen you anyway. Of course, you'll be able to deck yourself out with the best and coolest weapons thanks to having unlimited money, allowing you to buy whatever it is you need to wreak reckless havoc on these cultists. As it's usual with any game. Yeah. What? Ah, okay. Okay, I'll fix it in a second. Yeah, basically. Right. Can you speak now? Okay. Right. I'll do it again. Or try it now. No. What the fuck? Okay. Give me a second. Okay. I wonder if that's... Okay, try it now.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right. God damn it. Right, you should be fine now, so you can speak now.
Okay. Okay. I have a voice. You know what that was? I bet you were just trying to assert your male dominance over me and not let a woman's voice be heard.
Hey,
that's what that was.
Ah, women love it. That's what I've heard. No, it was the settings because I was fucking with them. I was live streaming Fortnite last night and it's messed with the settings, that was all. Slightly. Anyway, so like Far Cry thing is the sound's working now after 20 minutes. Anyway, go to the fucking website, that works. So you can listen to it after. If that was weird with one person's voice. So yeah, so it's just cheats. Basically, he's basically took this opportunity to rant about the fucking idiots or journalists, and he's like, yeah, there's cheats. So as usual, you play games with any games, the cheats it has cheats in multiplayer mode. Be sure to cheat responsibly, otherwise you'll get caught like Anthony Weiner with a underage girl and pegged by the FBI.
What?
Now the best course of action is to only cheat when playing offline, and then once you get the fill of playing with God mode Infinity Money, then you take your cheating behind online and whip some righteous tail. Now if you're a liberal snowflake, then Far Cry 5 is likely not for you, because the game has some hardcore Second Amendment patriots, so it's best to go hide in a safe space. And if someone in your household has a copy and decides to put it on, don't worry, you can always watch My Little Pony to compensate for your fragile feelings.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the only reason basically that he's reporting on this, because trainers are for every game, but I think the only reason he just wanted to bitch at the journal, the other journalists, and he thought this will be an idea on how to do it. Right, so that's that. I'm done with that one. The other thing is there is like microtransactions in the game, but you don't need it like at all. Like you can grind it out and then get the stuff that you anyway, but it's not too grindy, and it's like just paint jobs and shit for guns, so it's not like it's gives you a massive advantage. But with that trainer, just get unlimited money and buy it all. So aye, that's it. I still want to get back into it and play it more though, because it's quite good.
Go and start playing.
And you can go fishing as well.
Oh, that's fun.
So you sort of like and hunting and shit, but the fishing game is like a wee fishing game, so that's different. That's not been a Far Cry game before. The hunting has, but the actual fishing mechanics and stuff wasn't there before. and then you just sell the fish and you make money to buy guns, obviously.
To buy guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sell fish, make money, buy guns.
Yeah, and bullets, because like that's the American way, is it not? Make money, buy guns and bullets.
That is what every American does, besides David Hogg. We make money, we buy guns, and that's it.
Yep. See, it's definitely an American game. Like, that's the whole point of money in that game, to buy body armor and guns and bullets. I keep forgetting about bullets. But
you need the bullet.
Yeah, there's no point in the guns without the bullets. The enemies have the guns too, but like you usually run out of bullets. Even though they have bullets and guns, you usually run out because you go through a shitload of bullets. I've been having fun with a silenced semi-automatic rifle, but using it as a sniper. So I've got a big, decent scope on it, and it's got the suppressor or silencer on it, and it's quite fun because you just basically look for the guys and you go pew! And like they don't, most of the time they don't hear it, so you can take out 3 or 4 of them before their buddies notice. It's quite fun. Like doing that, because I can't afford a proper sniper rifle yet, so because their shit's expensive, and I'm too lazy to grind.
Stop being such a lazy cat.
Yeah, yeah, I got a cat as well. There's a cat.
There's a cat in the game?
Yeah. There's a dog and there's a cat. The cat is a cougar though. Like it's a proper cat.
It's not a cat.
Yeah.
I was thinking like you got a little house cat.
It is a cat. It's called Peaches, okay? It's this mad old wifey has it in the game, and you hear stories like when you're doing shit in the game, like people that you save from the cult will tell you about things. Like, oh, we heard there's this mad woman that has this cougar, and the cultists are having problems with it because it keeps eating them and shit. And so you go to the wifey's house, and she's like, oh, like she's an old wifey sort of. She does feel like she's a southerner, like she's all going on about fucking guns and shit, and how fucking stupid you are, and like she's a grumpy old woman, right? And she's like, you need to find my kitty cat. Well, when you get near her house, you hear her going, kitty cat, piss, 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 here, Peaches, and you're like, oh, maybe it's a cat then. And then she's like, yeah, go find my cat. The cultist scared it away and it ran off again. And I'm like, okay. So she gives you like food for it, and you've got to go track it down. And you find it, if you walk along the road, there's like entrails and stuff, and like half the cultists' bodies lying all over the place, and like guts and shit all over the place, and you follow the blood trails basically, and then that's how you get your cat. And then so when you take it back to her, she goes, yeah, I've started to think actually that, to be honest, the last few days have been really peaceful. It's not been annoying me, and I haven't had to feed it or anything. It's been better. You can just have it. It's like, what? Oh, fucking hell. So, yeah, that's how you get a cat, and then so that runs around and eats stuff for you, which is pretty fun. And you can pet it, obviously.
That's I appreciate.
Yay. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's Ready Player One. I've not seen this movie actually, so don't know nothing about it. SJW movie critics try to blame Ready Player One backlash on Gamergate. Gamergate's not been a thing for a long time now, but okay. Some sites are completely off the deep end, considering looking for an internet bogeyman in the dark alleys, where most cops simply find a receipt for their reactions to fear and nice little boost to 7 o'clock left in the news hour. However, in this case, the bogeyman is none other than the decrepit corpse of an internet hashtag that only seems to get any sort of action when some multicoloured haired hipster with sexual identity crisis is behaving like Bill Cosby in a nightclub with a sports jacket full of methaqualone. I take it that's the rape drug thing. Possibly. Now, I know that some of you are thinking we must be off our rocker, including the evil acronym of SJW and a headline, or the body of our article for content produced on this site, given Google's recent crackdown on certain keywords and phrases. For those of you who don't know, if you Google certain forbidden words or topics in the headline or body of the article, Google's AI goes through the unceremonious process of filtering out content from the GN News Topics feed, as evidenced in the image below from the webmaster tools. However, Google has been taking the extra step in de-indexing more than a quarter of our content from the search engines, even while we're producing sapid-worthy worded articles playing by their rules, essentially trying to pretend to be a fair, nice and even-handed good boy has no payoff whatsoever, as evident in the image below that shows a decline in indexed content. Okay. So what this means is there's absolutely zero incentive to pretend to write articles like some soy-sucking beta male pansy, because even while trying to be nice, even while avoiding certain keywords and headlines, and even while avoiding certain topic matter, you still get filtered by Google. I'll leave the niceties to the agenda entrenched subhuman leeches sucking off the limp swinging lower extremities of the agenda driven dwimbleweeds and diversity hires at Google screwing up the free market or free thought on the internet. There's a giant purple dragon bung plug out there in the shape of a hand with a middle finger standing firmly erect that every Google employee would do well to sit on, perhaps in the effort to gain some small inkling of enlightenment and insight for the stress they create for webmasters due to their incompetence and all of whatever. Anyway, sadly though, since many of them hover around the San Francisco Bay Area, they might actually enjoy it and then blog about it with video clips on Tumblr. Anyway, all of that is to say that SJW is going back into the headlines as it rightfully deserves, especially since social justice warriors can't seem to let go of the crusty carcass of the consumer-driven revolt that was meddling, a middling thing back in 2014. That's not to say that Gamergate shouldn't be a little more than a footnote in every journalism handbook, because it most certainly should, especially under the section how not to do journalism when you get caught with your quality deprived wang stuck in the subject of your articles that have been published without proper disclosure. Now that I got that out of the way, let's start with Fox. Okay, I don't know what Ready Player One is, so I will play the trailer. I know what it is, but I'll play the trailer anyway because I've not seen it.
Okay.
Like, it's a new Spielberg movie, I know that.
Keep a leap not taken.
And it's a book.
Retrace your steps, escape your past, and the key will be yours at last.
And something to do with virtual reality or something.
To escape, Halliday. This is the Oasis. A whole virtual universe. You can do anything. Be anyone. Without going anywhere at all. The Oasis was created by James Halliday, and what he left behind changed everything. A contest. 3 impossible challenges. The first to finish gets complete control of the Oasis, which means complete control of the future.
That's pretty good.
The contest is gotta be about connecting with someone, connecting with the world. So we take it
Seemingly,
together?
it's
Sure.
it's okay, but it's not that great.
It looks kind of interesting, though.
Yeah, I mean T-Rexes and cars and Bigfoot and robots and games and Back to the Future car and
Save the Oasis.
Save the world.
Players, are you ready?
That's better. I'll wave to you from the finish line. McFly.
That went well.
yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like. But anyway, they're all bitching about it because Gamergate or something. So, on March the 26th, Vogue published a piece called The Ready Player One Backlash Explained, where the article attempts to blame the public backlash against Steven Spielberg's diarrhea of pop culture on Gamergate. Yeah, now, I know there's a lot of people...
So does this just have like a bunch of pop culture
Yeah.
references or something?
Oh,
Oh, okay, that
yeah.
would make the movie. That would. I can just see the movie. So
Yeah.
or the what you played, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking at the visuals, and the visuals look nice. But if
Yeah.
it just has like tons of friggin' pop culture references, that's
Oh,
gonna be,
yeah,
that would
it's
really ruin it.
1980s. No, it's 1980s geek porn. That's basically what it is. With video games and shit thrown in.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound like... It sounds like a fun, retarded movie. But it doesn't sound like a good movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just looks good.
Oh no, the technology that they've used will look good because, well,
Which you know, it kind of makes it seem like a waste. Whenever there's like where a movie like looks good, but then it's like shitty movie, and then I just think, oh wow, what a waste.
But seemingly, okay, the book, like, obviously on Twitter there's a lot of people that I follow that was part of Gamergate, and they all play games and stuff and shit like that. So there's a lot of people that have read the book and said, nah, the book's just fucking, it's a shit book. But it's just full of references to other things. That's basically what it is. Like, there's even the Back to the Future car with the do you know the Knight Rider car?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the front bit that goes wheel 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 wheel, the red bit that goes across, right?
Yeah.
So he's got Back to the Future car with that light on the front. Right, so it's completely like it's, I think, from what I've heard, is that's cool, but like the guy that wrote the books actually got one of the DeLoreans. So this is his indulgent kids fantasy book that he's wrote. Basically, it's actually meant to be not that good, but I think it would sound fun. Like, just because it's not good doesn't mean it won't be fun.
That's true.
So, what was it? Right, pop culture and game. So basically, it's just a load of things from the 80s all mangled together and put into this world that is basically based in virtual reality or some shit, as far as I can tell. I mean, the guy even got called McFly at the end of that trailer there. I mean, that's obviously a thing to Back to the Future. So the author, Constance Grady, apparently suffered from Gamergate and continuous not being able to talk about nerd culture without unexpectedly deflating the digital remnants of spaghetti all over Vox's readership. I'm not going to rip on Grady's philosophy weak anus and let all the fetal matter of the intersection spill out all over the webpage. Instead, I'll just focus on the relevant bits like this passage here, which states Gamergate was a toxic cultural battle filled with harassment so vicious it would become a major influence on the alt-right, but fundamentally it was about who gets to be a geek, which parts of geek identity are worth lauding and which parts are destructive. Gamergate changed the way we talk about geek culture, and in the end it would make it borderline impossible to think about books like Ready Player One as harmless, meaningless fun. What? What? Oh.
That's funny.
Yes, folks, a movement about improving ethics in video games journalism somehow made it too toxic for people who aren't well adjusted to enjoy a piss poor movie that rips off every noteworthy nostalgic act in nerd culture media over the last 40 years. But it doesn't end there. The Vox piece links to various other liberal-minded authors writing at left-leaning rags responding the same kind of venom at Ready Player One, while sometimes directly or indirectly blaming Gamergate for not being able to enjoy the movie. I can't help but recall this little gem from some type of comic. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah. The stranger is no stranger to digging up old corpses and dusting off old bones in the Ready Player One review, even though they couldn't resist taking jabs at a movement that was driven to ensure that people employed at places like the stranger were forced to rot while we're to follow simple FTC guidelines and disclosing endorsements and free swag. Author Eric Helgson wrote, 70-year-old Spielberg in a unique spot to examine the culture, revisit it or rebuild it. He doesn't. Maybe this is because he was distracted. Spielberg went off and made the post while waiting for programmers to finish Ready Player One CGI, or maybe it's because once you scratch at geek culture, it's personally undoubtedly starts to show. It wasn't long ago that racist fanboys were protesting Michael B. Jordan's casting as the Human Torch, that Gamergate misogynists were doxing women, or that a fan edit of The Last Jedi deleted the film's female protagonists. These fuckers can't take a joke. That was a joke. You fucking weirdos. Holy shit. And the Human Torch, the reason people were bitching about that is because the Human Torch was always called Johnny, and he's meant to be the son of the other people. I think I can't remember, of the famous five or famous four or what, Fantastic Four. That's it.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the Invisible Woman's and the Stretchy Man's son, I think, and they're white, so you can't have a black Human Torch, can you? But seemingly, it's because people were racist that they were bitching about the casting.
Well, but like, I don't mind sometimes, but I like things to stay true to the books or their source material, like comics and stuff.
Right.
So
that's why people
really
were bitching
weird
that he was black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems weird to change a color. It's okay if, like, for example, you know, the person was described in the book as having brown eyes, but you cast somebody with hazel eyes. Like, whatever. Those things don't really matter. But unless it's directly very important to the plot line somehow, but usually it's not, like eye color or something simple like that. But when you change like a person's like complete skin color, it's like, why? I think that they're trying to further, because if it was a white person cast as a black person, I would a black character cast as a white person or even an Asian person, I'm gonna be like,
what the fuck?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not the character in the book. That's not how they're described. You need to try to get as close as you can to this, what's in the source material. For the most part.
But that's the thing, right? The source material is ancient, right? And so fans that want to see the movie are going to be pissed off if you change a character that's been about for fucking ages, right? Because you basically changed the whole character. Now he can't be the parents of the other two. He can't be the son of the other two because he's black and the other two are white. Doesn't make sense. So you have to change fundamentally, then change the character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the things. Yeah, it would be like really weird, like if Black Panther was Asian Panther.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't like matter what it is, but it would, a lot of the times it would change the plot. It's even weirder when, like, you know, they're trying to like cast Hermione as a black woman, and then they're trying to say, well, she could be black. Yeah, they did it in a play, and people complain like Hermione's not black, and then they're trying to say, oh, she could be black. Like, no, she's white, and on the cover of the book she's white. In the movie, she's white. She's a white person.
Right. Right, I'm going to end the YouTube stream here, and so go to the radio, airradio.co.uk, and click the play thing, or whatever. There's things on there that I'll let you listen. So bye YouTubes. Bye YouTubes. Right, there we go.